What's good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, YouTubers of all ages? It's your boy Chaz the Hitman Styles, and I am back to talk about what went down on one of the most physical, that's right, in Michael Cole's words, one of the most physical Monday Night Raws in a long time. So let's get into it. Okay, first I want to kick it off with Stephanie McMahon coming out and talk about the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Want to talk about how Sasha entered at number 1, how we saw Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers coming in, and then last but not least, finishing off the first ever Women's Royal Rumble with number 30 by giving everyone a little satisfaction, and Trish Stratus, of course. But tonight, or should I say last night, because tonight's Tuesday night, and to tell you the truth, guys, I ain't got a lot of time until SmackDown comes on, but it's all good though. I'll post a video about the results for SmackDown tomorrow night. But anyway, guys, anyway, Stephanie McMahon, she brought out the winner of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, which happens to be the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Asuka came out, and Stephanie did say before you make a decision on which champion you want to go up against at WrestleMania, she told Asuka she may want to wait on that decision because Alexa Bliss may not be champion, because next month Alexa Bliss will be defending her Raw Women's Champion in the first ever Elimination Chamber for women. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, okay. First you want to do a first ever Women's Hell in a Cell. They want to do a first ever Women's Money in the Bank. First ever Women's Royal Rumble. And now Elimination Chamber. I mean, don't you think that's a bit much? I mean, Elimination Chamber is made for men. But okay, I mean, hey, if Sasha Banks is going to be participating in it, then hey, she should be no stranger. She should be not a stranger to a cage match, especially when her and Charlotte made history and competing in the first ever Women's Hell in a Cell. So if Sasha Banks is going to compete, I should say that she shouldn't be a complete stranger. And speaking of Sasha Banks, while Asuka was speaking in Japanese that at WrestleMania she's going to become champion, the boss herself comes out and wanted to congratulate Asuka for winning the Royal Rumble, and she hit Asuka with a promo saying, "No one is ready for Asuka. I'm ready for Asuka." She gets in her face, and right then and there, in front of Stephanie McMahon's face, it had to be official. Asuka going up against Sasha Banks for the very first time. I didn't know who to root for because both those two are my favorite Raw women competitors right now at the moment. Don't know what Ronda Rousey's gonna do, but we'll see in the near future. But anyway, guys, going on, and speaking of Elimination Chamber, we also have the guys' Elimination Chamber coming up, so we need qualifying matches, right? Since Shinsuke Nakamura is going to compete against AJ Styles, who's going to face Brock Lesnar. So Kurt Angle, before Monday Night Raw, announced that there will be qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. First, we kick things off in a brutal, not even a 15-minute last man standing match between the Monster Among Men Braun Strowman and the Big Red Machine Kane. And the reason why I said it wasn't even 15 minutes because Braun Strowman came out, took out all the weapons he could possibly find, and when we got back from commercial break, they were fighting outside the ring, never went inside of the ring once. I don't know if you guys caught it, but they never went inside the ring, not even once. So they fought outside the ring, into the WWE Universe. Braun Strowman keeps hitting Kane over the spine and hit him in the gut with a steel chair, which positioned Kane in front of the commentator Stan and Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and returning Jonathan Coachman. They had the right idea to get out of their seats and get the heck out of the way because Braun Strowman was so close to them, and they had a good instinct because Braun Strowman went to the other side of the stage, of the commentary stage, lift up the whole stage, crushing Kane with the whole freaking stage, table, stage, chairs, you name it. Referee didn't even count the 10. He decided to just ring the bell. Braun Strowman became the last man standing. Yeah, the paramedics had to come out. Braun Strowman went to the back for about a good 3 minutes, but came back out. He came back out, and Corey Graves was like, Strowman, that's a human being under there. Can you tell us what we just did? And Strowman made very clear, I did my job. Kurt Angle said last man standing, and well, that's what I did. And when Braun Strowman went to the back, Kurt Angle confronted him saying, Braun, how many times we can have this conversation? You once again every single Monday Night Raw, you put people's lives in danger. Can you please give me a break? Can you please just give me a break? And Strowman's like, you know what, Kurt? You're right. You're right that I didn't even do more. You said last man standing. I was the last man standing here tonight. I'm going to be the last man standing at Elimination Chamber. And I'm going to be the last man standing over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Like Kurt Angle said, last man standing. Braun Strowman was the last man standing. So, simple to the point. Next, we go on to the next qualifying match, which we have to walk with Elias, who sang a song about him entering the chamber and that Brock Lesnar was going to be in danger. And his song, I actually like Elias' song this time. I mean, especially him throwing in a cool country voice saying, whoa, 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 whoa. It's Elias' night. But first he had to get past Mr. Woken Matt Hardy. So it was Woken Matt Hardy versus Elias. The match went on back and forth, and I say Matt Hardy could have won the match and was on his way to entering the Elimination Chamber, but then you see the promo of Bray Wyatt. Lights go out, lights come back on. No sign of Bray Wyatt. That caused a distraction, and Woken Matt Hardy, he was wondering what's going on, and then Elias took that distraction. He hit Matt Hardy with a big boot and then hit that drift away finishing maneuver, which led to the 1, 2, 3. So Elias qualifies in the Elimination Chamber. And then once again, lights went out. Then you see Bray Wyatt on the Titantron laughing his A off. And then I think Woken Matt Hardy also started laughing as well. So yeah, let me tell you guys this. If Bray Wyatt next week, if he gets in a qualifying match, I will not be surprised if Woken Matt Hardy costs him his opportunity. Because, hey, payback's up. But anyway, guys, we on to the next match. We have Roman Reigns invoking his rematch clause against The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. And during the match, Miz Taraj tried to get involved. Roman Reigns decided he has had enough. He takes a steel chair, chased the Miz Taraj in the back, and was about to hit the Miz with the steel chair. And the crowd was cheering on while Roman Reigns got disqualified. And guys, I don't know if you guys heard about this, about Roman Reigns taking steroids and all, but I didn't believe it at first about Roman Reigns taking steroids, but it had to be true because it really looked like Roman Reigns was about to let The Miz have it with a steel chair shot until a referee had to come to his senses, and Roman's like, forget it, it's for the championship. So he tosses Miz back in the ring, and Miz capitalized. He took control of the match. Roman Reigns, he fought back. And then when Roman Reigns went for a Superman punch, Miz ducked the Superman punch, hit a chop block on Roman Reigns' left leg, which caused pain to the big dog. And then later on in the match, The Miz ended up locking in the figure 4 leg lock, which we haven't seen him use in quite some time. And the way that Roman Reigns was agonizing in pain, you thought Roman Reigns was gonna tap out, but the big dog had a lot more fight than him. Than Miz realizes. So Roman Reigns reversed the pressure, and Miz had to crawl to the ropes. And then that's when the Miztourage came out. Roman Reigns said, "Okay, you know what? Hey, I'm limping and all, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna get these guys out." So he Superman punch Curtis Axel. He even brought back in Bo Dallas. Superman punched The Miz. Speared Bo Dallas. And the Miz saw that, okay, Roman Reigns just did a spear, so he had time to catch his breath. So yeah, Miz rolled up the pinfall for the 1, 2, 3. So Miz retains his Intercontinental Championship. So guys, Miz beating Roman Reigns not once but twice. I'm guessing WWE is not liking the fact that Roman Reigns is using steroids or whatever. So I don't think Roman Reigns needs any steroids whatsoever. I mean, as tough as that guy is, shoot, nah, he's better off without him. Anyway, guys, is it o'clock? SmackDown's on right now. Anyway, guys, I'm going to try to finish this video the best way I could. Anyway, you got the Revival going up against Rhino and Heath Slater. Now, Heath Slater in the match was more game than what was more game than I haven't seen him in a while. He was all focused and all, but in the end, it was Rhino who suffered the Shatter Machine. And the Revival picks up a victory over Heath Slater and Rhino. And then the Revival want to go ahead and talk about saying the crowd keeps shouting EC dumb. No, you ignorant jerks. We're all chanting ECW for Rhino. And they want to go ahead and talk about saying the WWE universe is still stuck and living in the past while we are living in the future. So that wasn't a nice promo. But anyway, guys, speaking of ECW, besides Goldberg being inducted into the Hall of Fame, the latest inductees into the 2018 class of the Hall of Fame is none other than Bubba Ray and Devon, the greatest tag team and professional wrestling and entertainment, period. The Dudley Boys are the latest inductee into the Hall of Fame class of 2018. So congratulations to the Dudley Boys. And then the next match we had to talk about, oh my God, we got to go on with the Asuka and Sasha Banks match, which in my eyes was one of the most greatest matches I've ever seen in a while. Sasha Banks was on her game point. I mean, she was game, and it looked like she could have been Asuka's equal, and yet she was. I mean, there was counter after counter, and Sasha Banks, I thought she was on her way to becoming the first woman to end the undefeated streak, but when she took that suicide dive, guys, it's been a while since we've seen Sasha Banks do a suicide dive. Now, I rewind the tape carefully. I couldn't tell whether Asuka's kick intercepted Sasha Banks, if she really did kick Sasha Banks upside the head, or maybe just maybe, her suicide dive was a time properly, so she took a very, very bad, nasty fall. So after rewinding the tape, guys, it was Sasha Banks' 2 feet that got caught in the rope, which did not allow her to do the full suicide dive. So right when you all thought that Asuka's kick stopped it, nah, it was mostly Sasha Banks who timed that suicide dive wrong, and then it was Asuka's kick making a connection. But still, Sasha Banks was still able to compete, locking in the bank statement 2 times, and then in the end, when she locked in the bank statement for the third and final time, I mean, Asuka wasn't looking to tap out. She tried to get to the ropes, and when Sasha Banks kicked the rope and repositioning her and Asuka in the middle rope, that's when that gave Asuka a very, very small opportunity, open space to get out of the bank statement and put on the submission move that she hasn't used in a while, the Asuka lock. And Sasha Banks had no choice but to tap out. My heart goes out to Sasha Banks. I mean, she performed great. It was a great match. And guys, I don't know if you caught it, but Sasha Banks was laying in the middle of the ring with a tear flowing down her face, so she was in pain. And if she's in pain because of that suicide dive, man, I can't imagine what type of pain she's in. But yo, Sasha, you like Ember Moon were like very, very close to ending Asuka's undefeated streak, but Asuka still remains undefeated. So speaking of a gain match, let's go on to The Bar defend their tag team championships against Titus Worldwide of Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, which had 2 victories over The Bar, and a third time was a charm. We want to crown new Raw Tag Team Champions. So the match, pretty much, let me tell y'all this: when Apollo Crews got tagged in, let me tell y'all guys this: he performed amazing. I mean, doing kip ups, moonsaults, a standing shooting star press, a standing moonsault. I mean, Apollo Crews was on the top of his game tonight. Titus, he did okay, but Apollo Crews was, man, he was a one-man wrecking crew in the whole match. But then when Apollo Crews went for that shoulder thrust, his shoulder hit the turnbuckle, and then the Bar decided to capitalize on that double team Celtic Cross, and Sheamus and Cesaro wanted to retain their belts. And guys, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to this, but Sheamus did look like he was writhing in pain, kind of like how Sasha Banks was a little bit. So yeah, physical matches went down last night, and then we had one more qualifying match between my boy Finn Balor and Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect, John Cena. So yeah, guys, the match was good. I would give that match a solid A. I'll give Asuka and Sasha Banks an A+. I'll give Apollo Crews performance. I would give that an A. I'll give Braun Strowman's dominance. Oh my god, I would give that a freaking A, because he once again tore up some stuff again, like he always do. But anyway, let's get back to Finn Balor and John Cena, right? So I would say when John Cena hit the attitude adjustment on Finn Balor, and Finn Balor kicked out, John Cena during the match had some frustration and concern in his eyes. Even the crowd kept on booing him, and John Cena did something that I've never seen him do before. He a couple of times went to the apron and was talking to the crowd saying, "What's up? What's up?" And then after Balor escaped the STF from John Cena, we made it to the ropes. Before John Cena went to the top rope, he did something I've never seen him do before. He went to the apron, and I read his lips saying, I just want to go to WrestleMania. And I'm like, Cena, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? I mean, now's not the time to talk to WWE Universe. I mean, hey, opportunity is at stake, man. So he went to the top turnbuckle. Finn Balor capitalized. He capitalized, but by kicking him, by doing that kick maneuver, he did that shotgun drop kick and went for the coup de grace. He went for the coup de grace, and when he missed, he landed on both legs, and it kind of looked like Finn Balor kind of like hurt his leg. John Cena capitalized. I'm sorry, guys. That's when John Cena capitalized with the AA, and that's when he kicked out. And that's when frustration started building on John Cena's face. And that's when the top rope. That's when the top rope. That's when Finn capitalized and tried to go for the coup de grace again, even though Finn Balor was leaping and all. But that gave John Cena enough time to be quick as a cat, hitting Finn Balor with a super AA from the top rope, which led to the 1, 2, 3. So now John Cena, along with Elias and Braun Strowman, qualify for the Elimination Chamber. So with that being said, guys, I'll give Monday Night Raw a solid A, because the Braun Strowman match, the Asuka versus Sasha Banks match, Apollo Crews' performance, and the John Cena and Balor match. I love all 4 of those matches. So I'll give Monday Night Raw last night a solid A. So that being said, guys, SmackDown Live is starting. Thanks for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as Ches the Hitman Styles. Even though I haven't posted any, I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This phone right here that I got, right? Yeah, it sucks so much. I mean, I can hardly take pictures off of it. So I am following people on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram account, leave a comment down below and I will follow you or add you on my Instagram. But yeah, anyway, guys, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook as Ches the Hitman Styles. Now, Twitter, yeah, I'm blowing up on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter as Hitman Styles 1. Even though I'm not the Phenomenal 1. That title belongs to the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the Phenomenal AJ Styles. And speaking of which, you know what? I'm going to turn on this TV right now and watch SmackDown Live right now and see what AJ Styles is doing. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off this video by giving a shout out to Jiraj, to Team Guru, Jay Rollins, Jim, Elijah. I'm going to give y'all 2 sweet. Bam. And a shout out to the beautiful Angel McCauley, which on my last video, I do apologize to you, Angel McCauley, for not giving you a shout out on my last video. I do apologize for that. So this time you're getting a shout out, and you'll get a shout out on the other 2 videos I'll be doing tomorrow night. So yeah, guys, with that being said, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's your boy Ches the Hitman Styles. Give y'all 2 sweet. Bam. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to do any live video streams today. I will try my best either tomorrow or Thursday. Definitely Friday, because I ain't going to work on Saturday. So that being said, guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm about to tune in to SmackDown Live. Peace. I'm out.